Hi, everybody. I'm John Prost, again bringing you individuals from the community. This is a bit of an unusual show in a way, because the majority of the shows we do are of an mercenary nature, 501c3s, the government stuff. This one is a firm for profit, but it could benefit all of us and benefit Michigan itself.
Absolutely.
So I'll be brief in saying what it is, and then you'll take over because you'll take over. In that, it's called It's My Michigan, and it's .anything. It's mymichigan.com, .org, anything else. And it's a card that you purchase for $20, and the card gives you discounts at over 1,200. Is that correct? 1,200 vendors
over
or
1,500.
1,500 organizations, almost all of which we would know. I mean, the Big Boy and the Curves and the Best Way, a whole bunch, just tons of them. But you can also use this as a fundraiser. Same price, $20. So we have the founder of the CEO and founder of this, Patrick Kaiser, and his brother Dennis. And Patrick is the significant business executive. And Dennis is in fact what you call the salesperson.
Correct.
You have difficulty communicating, I understand.
Absolutely.
Tell us all about it.
Well, about 15, 16 months ago, Pat had worked about a year and a half and a lot of time putting into developing the program. And we introduced it actually to the first group of businesses about 16 months ago. We had businesses like Big Boys and Dunham's and Valvoline oil change centers and restaurants and doctors, dentists, every kind of business you can imagine. That in the first 6-7 months, about 200-300 businesses had joined in to participate. In the last 7 months, over 1,200 more businesses have joined in.
That's amazing.
And we now have like all of the Big Boys in Michigan, all of the White Castles, all of the Dunhams, Valvoline, Perani's Hockey World, Ponderosa, IHOPs, just on and on and on, who are actually re-signing up again for the second year, telling us that they love the program. It's bringing them customers. The customers are telling us they're saving hundreds of dollars a year using this program.
Well, in the discounts on the card, and anybody out here can purchase the card. You go to the website, My Michigan. It's mymichigan.anything.com, org, or whatever.
.us, .net.
Except Gov, not Gov.
Not
they don't have Gov.
Not .gov. They got us on that one.
And you, for $20, you purchase the card, or if you have a relatively good friend, you can pay $30 and get two cards.
Memberships, yes.
And that's an annual thing.
Yes.
And then you get discounts of as much as what? 10% up to what?
Up to 50%.
Wow. That's
every
amazing.
time, no limitation, unlimited use. You can use it morning, noon, and night every day of the year at any of these locations and get your discount all over Michigan, 186 cities.
You know, someone from outside of our community, conceivably, might say to you, gee, Grosse Pointe is known as a fairly well-statured community, and they won't buy these discounts. That's not true. We are all looking for a discount. I can remember one of my close friends who was worth an incredible amount. He insisted upon only going to restaurants where he got his senior discount. But that's the way we all think. So keep going here. Now you have 1,500 vendors. We can't name them all, but there's a tremendous number of them.
Every type of business that you can possibly imagine, from tanning booths, barber shops.
So when you go into have dinner or whatever, you present the card at the beginning. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
And then they automatically,
when you pay your bill.
Pay the bill.
You go to pay your bill.
And they give it. Are the restaurants generally 10%? Is that generally the number?
10 to 15% at most
of
the restaurants, including like the Matt Prentice group of restaurants.
Oh, sure.
Coach Insignia at the Renaissance
Wow.
there, all the way down to all the White Castles are 15%.
Wow.
So restaurants basically 10 to 15% discount.
And you've got some of the better restaurants in town on this thing too.
From the best restaurants all the way down to where I like to get my sliders.
Do you have Roma Cafe?
Not yet. Not yet.
Call
Did
Janice.
you hear that?
Call Janice.
We'll call Janice, right.
This is interesting. So you buy this thing, but you can also use it as a fundraiser.
Absolutely.
How does that work?
Well, schools, we're doing stuff with schools, churches, other organizations, scouting groups, cancer funds and stuff of that, where their members sell these membership cards for $20.
Right.
And then
Same price.
And that same price, no difference in price. And then that school or group keeps $7 of that $20 for their fund.
That's terrific.
And unlike any other fundraising group that we've ever heard of, we offer a residual income to that group for the next 5 years. Every time that individual signs up for a renewal on their card, whether they do it through that group or not, we send them the residual income.
Excellent idea.
For their fundraiser.
Gee, and you've already signed up a significant number of very large organizations.
Yes,
For example, you've the Salvation Army.
The Salvation Army has just now joined in with us, and they'll be doing a program and helping to raise funds for the Salvation Army across Michigan. Yes.
Several churches.
Churches, schools, the scout groups, individual organizations, baseball teams, hockey teams, all kinds of.
Well, the nice part about it is they now, if let's say that you have a group that is, quote, selling these, and they don't have the form, so someone calls in the web to get the. Can they identify the organization that the residuals to go to? How's that work?
Yes, we set fundraisers up with their own little numbered brochure, an account numbered brochure, and then anyone purchasing a card under that account number, that money gets sent right to that foundation.
That's
or if
amazing.
they collect it, they have their money right up front, and they just pay us the difference.
Well, and the reason you named your organization It's My Michigan has to do with your thoughts. I mean, obviously you're making money on it. We love that you're making money on this. But it has to do with helping Michigan.
Absolutely.
Well, Pat, where'd you come up with that?
Well, from other businesses that we've had in the past that we're starting to feel the struggle from the economy and what was going on, developed the idea of what could we do that would help turn the economy around, what would help the economy grow. And that's how this came about. It was really sad seeing all these people losing their homes and businesses going out.
Of course, yeah.
So the idea was what can we do to help them save money, help businesses continue to grow, and also help the schools that are losing a lot of funding that they need. And that's how we developed this program.
Well, there's an aspect to this also that if you buy the card for $20 and you go to a restaurant or someplace and present the card, and they are not one of your 1,400 participating businesses, you can suggest to that business that they do go to your web and contact you and become a participant because economically it helps them. Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. And that does happen. Actually, one of our salespeople came back and said that they went into a merchant and said, about 4 or 5 people have already come in and asked if we take that card, and so he signed up.
Yeah.
Right then and
Isn't
there.
that
So
funny?
It's happening more and more often.
We're talking with the Patrick Kaiser, who's the CEO and founder of It's My Michigan, the $20 card.
That's right.
And his brother Dennis Kaiser, who is a salesperson. And you've always been involved in sales, haven't you?
I think I have.
Yeah, I think
as long
you
as
have,
I
yeah.
can remember.
I think
Yes.
you
and he's a little bit more than a salesperson. He actually helps develop and
I'm sure he's
ideas
very
and stuff
bright.
like
Yeah.
that. And
You two came from a family of 8 children.
4 boys, 4 girls.
Amazing. And it was out north in Waterford area or the
Walled Lake,
Walled-
Wolverine Lake area.
And your father was mayor of that community
When we were kids.
when
yes.
you were kids. I'll be darned. And your parents are still living in their 90s.
Dad's 90 now, and Mom's 88, and they're both still
Married
getting around pretty
66
good.
years.
66 years.
There's a lot of individuals in our community that are the same way. We may not be 90, but many of us have been married for a very significant length of time. I think that's why we're healthy. But anyway, so let's get back to this. We're talking about It's My Michigan. .anything.com, .org, whatever, and it's a card, $20, and for $30 you can buy one for your best friend or your kids or something like that, and you get discounts at over 1,400 organizations
And growing very rapidly.
And we can't begin to name them all, but you talked about the big boys, and you talked about Pennzoil, and you talked about Meineke and Best
Queens,
Western and
yeah.
Tuffy's, and I mean it just goes on and on and on. And there's a very good chance, because of how rapidly you're growing, that when you walk into an organization with this card, that they will give you the discount that they provide, 10 to 50%.
Correct.
That's amazing.
Yes, it
That's
is.
amazing. So it's very successful.
It's
Pat?
been a real blessing.
yeah, we're also looking to hire more people too. We are looking
no
to
kidding.
hire between 100 and 150 more salespeople throughout the entire state. So there are a lot of positions available right now.
Well, I suspect, knowing something about business, that the way that would correlate too is the fact that if you had individuals who had a lot of contacts or whatever and could sell your card in terms of the organization or the charity or something, that they could receive some economic benefit for that, right?
Oh, yeah, as well as selling the businesses, too.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
So anyone looking for work, just go to manage@itsmymichigan.com and you can inquire about some career opportunities that we have available.
We should repeat that because, quite honestly, I've had several of my friends, good friends, that have contacted me in recent months who, of course, were let go from who knows what. And I've been helping them make contacts, and this would be kind of an interesting way of doing business. If you go to manage@itsmymichigan.com.
Correct.
And you can, there may be a opportunity here for making a buck or two.
Absolutely.
Wow, this is very interesting. So we'd encourage people to buy the card, not so much just so you can make money, but because from their standpoint, they can get all these discounts at virtually very little cost to themselves. And they can also really help Michigan overall.
That's the general.
And that's the general idea.
Amen.
Wow, very interesting. So if we're talking, this is the year 2010, and so let's say we come back together in a year or so, and we're talking about the itsmymichigan.com card. What do you think you'll have instead of 1,400 merchants? You'll have many, many more?
Within a year, I anticipate it the way we're growing now is in the past 7 months we've had a 600% growth rate.
Wow.
I anticipate within the next year we should be somewhere between 6,000 and 8,000 participating businesses.
That's amazing. And how will they find out about you?
Well, we have a little flyer, a display box that is set up in every one of these businesses that has information about our company. And as well as that, we have some TV commercials coming out through wonderful people like you that take a look at what we're doing and say we want to help spread the word. And through the fundraising programs that's being done by schools and these other foundations that are just out there talking to thousands of Michigan residents, showing them how they can save money and stretch their spendable dollars.
That's amazing. Well, we have to wrap this, but we've gotten everything in, haven't we?
Yes, we sure have.
We have. So we would encourage people to go to the web, it's mymichigan.com org or whatever. Look at the fact that you can buy this card for $20 or $30, including a friend.
Right.
And you get discounts at all these organizations, and during the next year, even more. Is that right?
Unlimited discounts as many times as you go. You use your card.
Or make money for your charity, get $7 per.
Absolutely.
Boy, good luck. This is going to help all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.